Howdy, folks. Welcome to Soldering with Javi. Let me wait for a few folks to get in, and then I'll start explaining what I'm going to do tonight. I see there's already one person come in. They'll all be meandering in. Today I'm going to build the. Well, I already built it at home, but in order to transport it up here, I wasn't gonna build it. I mean, it's a desktop unit, but it's pretty bulky. It takes a lot of space, and I had a lot of stuff to bring. So I disassembled it. It's just a bunch of screws, and so I'll give you a gander. I should have this assembled in a matter of 15 minutes or so, and then we'll turn it on and play some games. It's always fun. Let me put the YouTube good evening everyone here. Welcome, folks. So let me commence a building. The monitor, which is already on here. You see the monitors? Let me show you this part. I didn't bother unscrewing the two of these because it's convenient to build this way. The monitor is here. This is actually the roof of the thing. And so the monitor and these cables, that's it. That's all we need for, and the buttons and stuff. Hey, Ed, for an arcade. And what I'm talking about is the old-fashioned, everything from the old-fashioned Pac-Man to new stuff. Let's put it together, shall we? Hopefully, I have a T25 drill bit. I'm going to have to find one. So bear with me. If anyone comes in, folks, there's 8 of you already. Hi, William. How's it going? I'm going to build this thing. Give me a second. I got to go outside and get a drill bit. Rather a Torx bit. Rather than making you guys wait. Oh, excellent. Good to know that the Javi box arrived. I have a feeling that I'm going to have to go the old-fashioned way because I don't have my... Well, let me see if any of these bits fit these screws. Okay, so here we go. Hopefully, but you never know. Yeah, it's a T20. Surprisingly, because I thought it was a T25. Probably both will work. All right. All right. Here we go. Let's assemble, shall we? All right. Let me grab one of the two sides here. Let's see, that's the top, so it would be this one. And it goes like so. Just a matter of a little alignment. You know how it goes, guys. You know how it goes. Here it is. Gonna watch this thing come together real fast now, because I already built it. I'd be making some hobby boxes today, but I just got here last night. By the way, I lost one box on the road. Not a hobby box, an actual yellow and black container. One of them fell off the truck in the 5-hour trip. So, well, I know I had some backs of some future hobby boxes there, but I don't know what else I had. So now I am gonna do this the right way, which is, let's see, what's the right way? Let me put the other side on first before I start slipping all the others. So here's the other side. So that was quite unfortunate last night. I was extremely upset, so much so that I think it did a number on my stomach, and I don't get upset very easily. And well, either something I ate or my stomach has just been topsy-turvy all day today. And I have a feeling it was because of the, for about, I'd say a good 2 hours last night during the drive after I found out I dropped it, I was all flustered. I go, oh, I hope it's not the motors, because there's 20 of them in one box. I hope it's not the motors box, because I have a lot of motors, and that's just going to be very, very hard to, well, very costly to replace. But anyway, okay, so this is the back. Oh, here we go. This is either the top, nope, or the back piece. So back piece it is. Let's see. There we go. Like so. We're going to have some fun here. I used a 22-inch monitor. So it's really nice because for the horizontal games, tilt up a little so you guys can somewhat see me. For the horizontal games, it's I'll do that on the other side. It's really big, but for the vertical games, it's tall enough where it's just like it gives you the feel of the old size, the original monitors that come in these things. Come on, drop in there. There you go. All right. So yeah. As you can see, I already have scuff marks from, but eventually, I mean, you know, I've got all sorts of sign making equipment, being that I'm a sign guy, so I'm gonna drape the whole thing. In fact, I'm probably gonna end up building a, maybe a new case for it. I don't know, not sure. All right, let's do this one here, and then we can flip it over and attach these. There it is. See what I mean? All set. All set. You got to do very little with this one. So I've been playing games as I relax. It's been quite relaxing. I would when I feel like taking a break, rather than getting on the internet and watching something, I'll just play one run of Robotron and then let me hang on a second. Put on my headphones here. That way you guys can hear me a little better. I don't have to yell across the room. Assuming, yeah, that the headphone's connected. All right. Now, yeah, let me go ahead and see. Now, this is one thing I haven't done yet. I haven't pre-drilled the bottom piece, but I'm going to go ahead. But I'm going to go ahead and put it on now, regardless, because let me see if it starts splitting. I'll pre-drill it, but for now, see what I can do here. I'm going to have to go back and countersink holes for it, but for now, I just want to get the pieces on. And the back piece, not yet. All right. Let me grab the other side so I can put the other pieces on. So I got to tell you, it's real easy with the internet these days. As far as that's such a simple build, it's not even funny. All righty. That's enough screws for now. We're ready to go. Let me connect the... Okay, let me see if we got any questions out there. Yep. All right, we're good to go so far. All right, so I'm going to connect these two US. By the way, this is a simple Raspberry Pi 4B. I've got all the information, all the program on one chip. These two individual USBs go to each controller. They go to a little kind of breakout board, and it's fantastic. All right, this thing here is my monitor cable, mini DV. This has the 4B has two HDMI ports. So and then, of course, there is the power. All right. Let me throw that all back there so I can reach back and connect it. Doing things the hard way. I should have done it from the back, but that's okay. This I don't need to do from the back. Okay. And the monitor cable. I have to cut the front piece. I still haven't gotten that cut yet, so working on it. All right. We're going to have some fun in approximately 2 minutes or less. Probably less. All right. Before I plug it in, let me connect the monitor cable. And the power cable for the TV. I keep calling it a TV. Talk about old school, huh? Okay, boomer. All right, folks. The television, as you can see, the monitor is on. Let me align this thing. Hey, Dave, how's it going? Okay, ready? Let us start the machine. And since we're not monetized and we're live, I don't have to worry about any kind of copyright images or anything like that. I don't think. If so, I'll just take it down. No biggie. But, and it's not like a lot of people are watching. All right, so this is the intro screen. Is a few of the different. There's Mario and there's Donkey Kong or whatever. I don't know what half these games are. I know the classics. So I'll show you some games. Give it a second because that's all. It's loading up the program until it gets to this screen, which is RetroPie, and then there it is. There's the program coming up. Still loading. Come on, puppy. You can do it. And, of course, Emulation Station. It's loading up all the games, and there they are. Now, I've got tons of different games. Hey, that's the wrong. That's not it. Because I'm not in the screen yet. Okay, so that's this. Let me make sure the sound is, yep, it's 100%. Okay, now we have ourselves, let me bring it up a little closer. And I'll, it's the 4G model, Dave. It's the 4G model. All right, so let me angle it a little so I can see. All right, so I'm going to go with the classic games, and you've got a huge, huge list of games. Yeah. Basketball, 4D Warriors, whatever. Pick a game, guys. Pick a game. Give me an old game of yours, and I'll play a few of your old classics. I'll wait for the response here. While I wait for your response, let me go ahead and play a little Robotron because there you go, Galaxian. Okay, we'll do Galaxian. All right, so G, Galaxian. There we go. Give it a second. It has to start. And by the way, this is MAME multiple arcade machine emulator. That's the cool part, when you used to plug in the machine, anyway. I don't know if you guys can hear, but here goes. Putting some coins in. And one player, which is hang on a second. Trying to see which is the fire button. There it is. Damn, missed it. Trying to get that. There it is. Anyway, you got okay. So let's do Pac-Man, shall we? Okay. Oh, no wonder. I see what happened. Give me a second. I got the. Excuse me for a second. I got the two plugs reversed. That's more like it. All right, that's more like it. I still got to start it over. Oh, there you go. All right, so you said Pac-Man. Okay, we'll do Pac-Man. Let's see. Jump to. There's so many games on here. You got to go letter by letter. Okay, so Pac Attack, Pac in Time, Pac Kong, Pac Land, Pac-Man. Which one? Game Gear. We'll do Pac-Man Arcade. Because there's a Pac-Man from FDS, from NES, from television, from... Well, you get the idea. And now, the classic Pac-Man. This is fun. Brings back memories. Of course, we're not young, so we can't spend hours in front of the arcade like we used to. We don't want to. There's the wonderful sound when you hit the credits. So I assume you guys can hear that. Anyway, there's your Pac-Man. Let's see. Let me go back to arcade classics. Pick another one, guys. Pick another one. I'm going to go ahead and play Robotron, which is my particular favorite. That's Robotron 2084. Tron, yeah, absolutely. I'll put that up. I'll cue that up. Let me play a little. Isn't that nice? This was always my favorite game. Well, you know, I guess it all depends on what arcade was available in whatever place you have. Save the humans, and of course. So let's go for, let's see, next one on the list is Tron. That's easy enough. Doobie 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 doobie. So eventually, right now this is gonna sit on the fridge and stuff, but eventually I'm gonna put it on the. Hello, what's happening here? Oh, that's weird. Something locked up. I didn't do. Oh, might have hit one of those. One of these buttons pauses it. Yeah. All else fails, reboot. So eventually I'll get a, I gotta, seal the seam here. I just slapped this together real quick. The only thing I CNC'd is this. The rest is all just, uh, I was hoping there was a button I could press to just skip this intro, but um, eventually I'm going to, aside from closing the unit up, I'm going to put stuff on it. I'm going to put a light up here. I brought some lights with me, but I don't think I'll be able to do it this trip. Um, and I'm going to put one of those plug switches like are on the Javi boxes on the side here, so I could just go switch it on, switch it off, and I'm done. And so that'll be that. So let's see. Next one up was Tron. All right, Tron. Yeah, I definitely know all the old classic songs. Do I have Lemon? I'm not familiar with that game, but most likely I do. Stand by. There's Tron. Gonna go up to the tanks. Ah, well, they shot me first. Anyway, yeah, I forgot I could bounce it off. Anyway, that's Tron there. Next one was Frogger. Jump to F. Let's make it G because Frogger is close to the end of the line. And of course, I don't have a high enough speaker on this, so I don't know if you guys can even hear the sounds, but here comes it's a little ding. It's weird. Whoop. Yay! Okay, well, Frogger. Cubert. Let's do the Cubert. Needless to say, I think there's only, Cubert. Now, the only unfortunate thing about Cubert is, and I'm not going to do this, I could wire up a big solenoid to hit the side of the bot, and a piece of metal so it'll go thunk when it falls. I'd never understood what he says. But here we go. There's Cubert. I mean, if you guys could see what I see, I mean, dunk. If you guys remember that wonderful sound. Oh, I did it again. Well, let's just do one more thing. Yay. All right, Cubert. Do I have Lemon? Good question. I have no clue because I don't know what Lemon is. But lemon. And now, is lemon a classic arcade? Yeah, I used the right Raspberry Pi, the 4B, Clyde. Um, Jeff, lemon is from what system? Because is it like a Nintendo or a Atari 2600? Because we've got the Atari 2600. You can't see this very well on your screen, but Atari 2600. We got the classic arcade games. We got 7800, the Atari 7800, ColecoVision. There's a bunch of different ones. Um, let's see. Trying to see if lemon. Now, did you mean lemmings? Because I know there was a game called Lemmings. Let me look at all games here. Oh yeah, this is an easy way. Sorry, I forgot I could look at all the games. So I have obviously Legend of Zelda, whatever. Okay. I have a bunch of Lemmings and Lemmings 2. That's always. I always like Lemmings. Oh, Lemmings. It is Lemmings. Okay, yeah. There you go, Lemmings. Just waiting for it to upload. Sega. Okay, so I want fun. That's what I want. No, tricky, no. Taxing, no. Mayhem, no. Fun, yeah. Fun. New level. There we go. What? There's a code? Let's go back to the other Lemmings. There's got to be another one. Sega. Yeah, so I'm used to playing all the classic arcade games. It's no, it's running a program. Well, it might be running Linux. I have no idea. I just loaded RetroPie on it and I'm done. One player. Okay, press A button to choose rating. Press start button to continue. Start, continue. There we go. Oh, this is annoying. Let me see if I can dig one of them. Yeah, it's very hard to control with this thing. Okay, I want a no, I don't want to. I want to. Okay, I gotta choose this. Where are you, Digger? There it is, Digger. Okay, and now trying to get the right. There There we go. Ah, they're going the wrong way. I'm going to lose these. Oh, but I think I have to get only 50%. It doesn't matter. All right, so. Oh, okay. MJDVLXT. Okay, I'm going to search it next time. Oh, at the end, they turn around. So it looks like I got all the lemmings. Dig Dug, another one of my favorites. Great call, Big D. Let's go to Dig Dug. And that would be under D. Scroll down. With 1,215 games, it gets to be. I wish they had a. Well, I don't know. I got to reprogram it if that's the case to see if I can get the. Okay, Dig Dug, 1 arcade. Where are you? There it is. No, wait. Dig Dug Arcade. There it is. That's what I want. The classic. I'm hoping I can reprogram it so I can have just my favorites or the classics or whatever. I know people like, Street Fighter, Zaxxon, a bunch of different, Asteroids. Okay, there we go. Okay, guys. Rock. Ah, I missed him. And done. Let's see. What do we got next? No others. All right, so. Ding, 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 ding. All right. So anyway, needless to say, it's a lot of fun games. Here we got Legion. Oops. I mean, there's a lot of classics on here. How many quarters? As many quarters as my finger can press. It's a beautiful thing, isn't it? Legend of. Let's see, what else we got? Load Runner. That was always that was okay. Didn't really care much for that. Let me start from the top and see any ones that I recognize off the top of my head. So let's see. 1941. We have 1941. That was a decent one. Afterburner. Nah, I don't recognize that. Airwolf. Remember that? Very similar to Defender. Let's see. Alien. I'm skipping all the ones I have no idea. One of my favorites. Arkanoid. Bum ba-dum ba-da-da-da-da. River Raid. Okay, Atari 600 River Raid. Let's take a look. And Atari 2600. Come on, scroll down. There you are. River Raid 1 or 2? Let's do 1. Racing games? Yeah, all of them. You got to name one. Okay. Yep, I crashed. I crashed again. I'm not very good at this. I keep running into into that green stuff. I guess it's called grass. Anyway, let's see what else we got. Okay, so the classics. Let me continue reading these. Let's see. Batman. I don't know that one. I don't know half. Half. I don't know a lot of these games. Black Hole is another game. I don't. Looks interesting, but I'm still looking. Still looking. Still looking. Centipede, obviously, is one of the classics. Let's see what we got here. Cobra Command. Let's see here. Defender. That was a great game. Really hard on the wrist. Oh, yes. Mario Kart. Definitely got Mario Kart. Dig Dug. Donkey Kong. Never was a fan of Donkey Kong. Don't know why. I'm only on the E's. And this is just the ones that I could Frogger. These are just the ones that I... Galaxian, Galaga. Obviously, let me see. Gun stuff. Hellfire. Oh, Hellfire. Is this the same Hellfire? No, it's a different one. Let's see what else we got. iRobot. I never heard of that one. Interesting. Doesn't look very good. But Iron Man. Of course, there's Joust. Something Pit. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that. I know that. I know that one. I'm trying to remember what it. Pit. That does sound familiar, Alex. I have no idea. But let's see. So, Karate Kickoff Kickstarter. Let's see. What do we got? Clax. I haven't heard of any of these. Now, these are the classic games. Then we got the, like I said, we got all the different ones of all the different things here. Load Runner. I'm just scanning real quickly to see if I have Major League. I know the classics, and that's about it. So, Millipede. I remember Millipede. It was just like Centipede, except a little different. And, of course, you've got Mortal Kombat. Finish him. We've got Mortal Kombat 2, 3, 4. Mr. Dig, Mr. Do, I don't know. Mutant Fighter. Orbitron. Pac-Man, of course. Miss Pac-Man, Super Pac-Man, you know. Did I see pole? Yeah, pole position. Oh, I haven't seen that game in a long. Well, there's your racing game, Jeff. Pole position. And what do we got here? Of course, there's Qbert, which I just played for you guys. Rally, Rambo, Rivet, Return of the Jedi. Yeah. RoboCop 2. And, of course, I just have to play it one more time. My favorite, Robotron. Classic game. I used to play this for hours when I was younger. I can even do it sideways. That test screen is hilarious. Ah, of all things to run into, a little thing. Let's see, asteroid. Yeah, we'll do the asteroids, of course. Let's see. So, secret agent. I'm trying to see if there's any Space Invaders, the original. I remember Space Invaders. Starfighter. Street Fighter, Strike Force, Super Pac-Man, Tank Busters, Tank Battalion, a bunch of tank games, Tetris. Well, enough of reading them off. Zaxxon. All right, so let's do the classic, the ever classic Asteroids. Yes, you guessed it. I don't know if you guys can even see it, but here goes nothing. And of course, the crash with the bits. I always get a kick out of that, you know. All right. Let's see. What was it that you asked for? Oh, by the way, something pit. That's Pitfall. I just remembered. Is Pitfall the? I believe it was a. If I'm not mistaken, it was a 2600 game. There's Pitfall. And of course, Pitfall 2, Lost Caverns. But this is the 2600 version. Wow. That's funny. Yeah, let me see if it's funny you mentioned that, Jeff, because I was just thinking, I wonder if they got Pong here. Let's find out. Let me look under all games, and let me go to the P. Actually, let me go to the Q because it's closer. And I don't believe it's on here because, well, let me rephrase that. It's not, the classic Pong was an original. It wasn't an arcade game. Well, it might have been it wasn't an arcade game. Pong the Next Level from Game Boy. That's about the only Pong you get. Sorry. Because the original Pong was a Pong unit, and there wasn't a rhyme. It was actually the chip was Pong. So there's no it was before graphics and programming came out. Well, I missed it. I missed it again. I'm really bad at this, like the old days. Ha ha! Gotcha. Anyway, breakout from Atari, sure thing. Why did I go to the? Now, hang on a second. Let me. Atari. Let's breakout is closer to C, so let's go to C, and there it is. Breakout from Atari. Yeah, for you guys that had Ataris 2600s. See, I had a lot of different computer, but I had a computer by the time the Atari came out. So I was playing computer games. Oh, you get to choose the game. 2-player or 1-player, 3-player, 4-player. No, 1, 2. I don't know what it is. Oh, version 1, whatever. Okay, so let's just do this one, whatever it is. Huh. Oh, that's the invisible one. Anyway, that's better with a paddle, and I could put a paddle in eventually, but you know. So, folks, this is my little emulation station. I'm very happy with it, and it was fun. It's fun. It was a fun build. It was. I might start making them and selling them. Legally, I don't think I can sell them with the games in it. So, but I can always tell people how they can get them because they're available everywhere, and that's on them. Legally or otherwise, I'm not promoting anything one way or another. Because all these are obtained legally because I officially have the ROMs. This is just a test thing. So anyway, yeah, I am going to spend. Well, tomorrow, I bought a. Tomorrow, I'm going to spend organizing the trailer, clearing it out for so I can have room for. I bought a trencher for this place and portable backhoe. You guys can see the different. You guys can see the the Google Harbor Freight backhoe or Harbor Freight trencher, and you can see some videos. It's pretty cool. And excuse me, it'll help me dig out some trees, some stumps, and all that. But the problem is, I don't have a full address here that I could ship it here. I can't ship it to any of my cousins' houses because I don't have and never will have an exact delivery time. They'll probably call me 10 minutes before they get there. Hey, we'll be there in 10 minutes to drop it off, you know. So so I drop it off at home, and then I don't have anything to lift it, but I mean, it's 1,200 pounds on a pallet. However, I can build it, and then it could lift itself. Um, but then I'd have to transport it. And so therein lies why I'm clearing the trailer tomorrow. How's it going, Ryan? You missed the demonstration here of all the different fun stuff like asteroids and all that. But you've seen it. You've seen it all before. So, oh, excuse me. So anyway, I'm clearing out the trailer so I can transport when it gets to my house because they're backlogged, and I'm looking forward to having that here. The other thing I got to do tomorrow, probably in the evening, I'll start. I have to repopulate this thing with all the stuff and start setting up production for the hobby boxes here because I've got 6 of them that I got it. Well, now 7. I just got another order in, so I gotta crank them out quick. Uh, like I mentioned on the trip up, somewhere between here and Miami, somewhere in these 5 hours of roadway, there is a black and yellow box with random contents, and I don't remember what they are. Whatever it is, it's all replaceable. But it was very upsetting last night. Because I stopped in a service plaza for a break and to take a look, make sure it was all secure, and sure enough, one of the straps was faulty. It gave way. It's one of those big 2-inch straps. The thing is, I use it for everything. I use it to pull bamboo, and it's just been, yeah. Yeah, I was really pissed, Ryan. I was upset, and I went back. Get this, I stopped at a service plaza, and I knew that the other service plaza I stopped at before I had it all tied up. So I actually drove back 1 hour. I was supposed to get here at 10 last night. I drove back an hour to turn around at the other service plaza and drive back again. And I was going slow and scouring the road, and I didn't see it. It had already an hour or two had passed, so probably road rangers or somebody or a cop picked them up and put it away or whatever. The box I know for certain it had 10 hobby box backs, the back piece where the fan goes. The box is composed of a top, bottom, 2 sides, the front panel, and the back piece. Back piece, I had 10 of them. Now, I've got 8 hobby boxes completely built in here, so it was just the 10 pieces that I lost, and I can make them again when I go back home. It would have been nice to have the shells all made up. This is for the future hobby boxes. I wanted to have a lot of them, I'll just take some time to do it at home. I could still make the sides. I got from Harbor Freight, I got one of those corner corner vices, so I could make it, and then insert it after the fact. But it's just quite annoying. Anyway, the other thing I lost was my tablet. Luckily I have nothing on it. It's just the Windows 10 tablet that I have Mach 3 in to test the hobby boxes. I have another laptop that I brought in a different box, thank God, that to use to test the tablets. So that's also, it's $100, but it's upsetting. It's upsetting. I'll tell you one thing, the next time up, I'm going to have an enclosed trailer, so I won't have to worry about any of this stuff. It was just very, very upsetting. I think I've had some stomach issues today, and I have a feeling it was because last night, as soon as I found that out, that overwhelming feeling comes over you, and you just can't do anything about it. I drove an hour back feeling tense, drove an hour up feeling tense, and then finally after the last stop, I just said, "Okay, I have my health. That's just no big deal. It's just some money. As Dave Gatton says, it's only money. You can make more." Wish it was that easy, but my stomach has all been topsy turvy today, and box was one of the last ones I loaded from my shop. So I know it had those pieces in it. I'm hoping, I haven't looked through the other boxes for the spacer. There's a little piece that I attach two fans to and everything. I'm hoping that they're in there, because if not, I was hoping to complete the 6 Javi boxes. If they're not in there, I can assemble them and have it all almost completed. And then when I get home, cut them out but it's very annoying. It's very annoying. At least I didn't lose any of the panels or any of the big Javi boxes, or worse, the box with the 20 motors in them. Because I've got 20 unwired motors that are those are $43 each, those stepper motors. And I've got some boxes with drivers, and I've got, and I had the box with, I took this apart, so I had this in the back seat, the arcade game, but I had a little bag with the RetroPie, everything all pre-programmed, and oh my God, if I would have lost that. It's a Ziploc bag. It's literally one. The entire, other than actually even with the buttons, if I take all the buttons off, everything fits in this except the monitor. Everything fits in here. All the cables, all the power cords, it's fantastic. It's incredible, the portability of these things. Yeah, a ladder fly off the truck. That's a tough one. I've had wood that I've carefully and strapped and everything, and thank God when I had the I went to transport those. You guys have seen my Make Room for Javi videos. One of them shows 1,200 pieces of bamboo. Because one time I brought 500 pieces, but that was just the height of the bed. This other time I brought 1,200 pieces. It was over the cab. They were strapped in. The bamboos were temporarily held in place by 4 bamboos on the side. But once I had them in place, I took the straps and I tied them down. Yeah. Let me tell you about that tub of cheese from Sam's. So my cousin Alex, when I was here, I showed her, I wanted some dip. I wanted some cheese dip. And they didn't have any cheese dip at the time. So I bought one of those big 1-gallon processed cheese. The kind that the hot dog people have, and you throw it inside, you dump the whole thing in the heating place and it's great if you're a commercial build, but if you're a restaurant. But unfortunately for the individual, so I had this thing. I opened it up, poured some out for myself. Then I got home. About a week later, I had opened the whole tin, and I've been scooping it out and stuff. And a week later, little white, it's cheese. There's bacteria. And so 2 or 3 little white mountains had formed on it. So I took the spoon, I scooped out those mountains. The whole cheese was good. And I had some more, no problem. But then there was this, but then I hadn't eaten it for 2 or 3 days. I love it on hot dogs, melted cheese and that, but you got to get small packs because that gallon is just ridiculous. So what happens after 2-3 days? I don't want to tell you, but mountains of green and white at that point, and over the whole thing at that point, say bye-bye. There was still probably a third, if not half a gallon of cheese left over. Darn shame. Not a fan of throwing away food, even if it is processed, fatty American food. But that was a good. I can't say it was good cheese. It was the cheese that we're used to, the processed melted cheese that, hey, let me get some cheese fries, and they melt the stuff all over it. Oh, and I had my share of cheese fries, and so did my daughter until she found out that there were white spots on it. Anyway, um, yeah, I got to go to Sam's tomorrow, I think, and excuse me, and stock up on some bread. I loaded up 1,215 games. Haven't found any more, but that's what I got here. Let's see. Yeah. So, I'm sorry. No, I loaded up farm. Okay. Sorry. 8,678 games. 1,215 are just the arcade. And then you got 505 Atari 2800 games. And by the way, when I saw a revision 1, revision 2, revision 3, revision 4, I took the latest one. I didn't bother loading every single revision because there's 8 revisions of Pac-Man. I took the latest one and have a nice day. 7800, there's 58 games. I don't know if it's a Thomas Wave or Adam is Wave. Whatever. It's 9 games of that. 140 of ColecoVision. Dreamcast, 16 games. Family Computing, I don't know, 100 games of that. Family Computing Disk Systems, 140. Nintendo Game & Watch, 55. Game Gear, 248. Game Boy, 565. Game Boy Advanced, 1,035. Game Boy Color, 535. Wait, I saw something. Ow! That's not the funny bone. I just saw something that I was interested in. Jeff said, check out Dollar Tree Velveeta bag cheese. Oh, I'm in. That's it. I'm done. I'm going there tomorrow. Dollar Tree it is. Game Boy Color, 535. Genesis Hacks, 13. Intellivision, if you can remember that, 137. Sega Master System, 277. Sega Genesis, 765. Nintendo 64, 304. Sega Naomi, I have no idea, 32. Nintendo DS, 50. Neo Geo, 140. NES, the original Nintendo Entertainment System, 776. Nintendo Entertainment System Hacks, 35. CD-ROM System. I don't know what it is, but it's 23 games. PC Engine, 274. PC FX, 3. Power, 2. PSP, 20 games. Minis, never heard of them. 15 games. PlayStation, 50 games. 32X, 30 games. Sega, 33. Super Famicom, 125. Super Nintendo, 783. Super Nintendo Hacks, 19. Super Graphics, I'm almost done. 5 games. Turbo Graphics, 96. Vectrix, 26. Virtual Boy, 23. So in all, we're looking at 8,678 games. You said you had Intellivision, huh? All right, so the Intellivision, well, there's a Tetris. Sorry, you can't see. There it is. or actually Fortress, Backgammon. Oh, Astro Smash. Beam Rider. That's interesting. Yeah, there's Centipede. Let's see what Centipede is. Classic Centipede. Pretty good. Uh, yeah, I'm very happy with this little system here, and I'll put some graphics on it, make it all look nice and all that. But for now, it is what it is. Oh, yeah. So um, tomorrow, I was in such a rush. So let me share with you what happened with my daughter's prom. We had a good time. Upgrade my Super Sprint arcade and have the ability to switch to RetroPie and have it loaded with driving games. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, eventually, I'll probably what I might do is have. Nah, there's no point in having switchable keyboards, but I wouldn't mind having maybe a larger one with the trackball is great for things like Missile Command. Well, that's actually I like playing Missile Command with this thing, but with the joysticks. But uh, oh my God, Centipede with the trackball. Yeah. So the trackball, and then you got the paddle is a must for Arkanoid and Breakout. You got to have that paddle wheel. So, but so last night or yesterday, I packed the entire day. I was at 6 o'clock. I was done packing. I started at 10. It was 8 hours of putting stuff away. That's not going to happen again. I'm gonna this month. I'm coming up here 3 times, so I'm going to be here more often. So I'm not bringing anything home. I'm not bringing all the hobby boxes. Stay here. I mean, anything I finish and mail out goes, but I'm going to be gone for 4 days home and then come back up. So there's no point in lugging anything around. I'm going to do as much as I can here. I'm very comfortable here soldering, so I'm going to take care of all the soldering here, and then um, and then from now on, I think I'm gonna I'm gonna build a few box now. Now I'm somewhat caught up. I shouldn't say that because every time I say that, I, and I know it's a good thing, but anytime I say that, I start getting orders, and then I don't get caught up anymore. Well, I'm 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 caught up. That in a week or two, I expect to be caught up with the orders. So I'll have them within the 3 to 4 week period, as opposed to 6 weeks um, for most of them. Some even sooner. So I hope to get to the point where I have 5 or 6 set up, and all I have to do is minimal amount of work. Order drivers and motors, which are the expensive part, and the controller and the power supply. But those are it'll take me an hour to complete the box. It's the soldering and all the little connections that are time consuming. So if I could get that system going, then I'll have 3 or 4 boxes, which is more than enough for a month and at home, and I'll just make them. I create the enclosures at home, but I solder them all here, and that's the plan. Leave it all here. I don't need to be back and forth with this. This was very stressful having the box leave my possession. I like my tonneau cover, and I wasn't able to use it because I was all stacked up really high. And so yeah, that's the plan. That's the plan. Tomorrow. Oh, so what I was saying is I was packing in a hurry, so uh, everything's just in boxes, and the boxes were packed in, and uh, my daughter's prom went off fantastic. Everybody enjoyed themselves. The only unfortunate occurrence, for those of you that haven't heard, because I might have mentioned it on the last time you guys saw me. Um, for the unfortunate thing that happened was the stupid curfew. And by the way, we have a curfew here too. Lake County just initiated a curfew from 10 p.m. to 5 a.m. It's ridiculous. Well, it doesn't matter. I don't go out anyway. So, but still, it's just the curfew's valid. I like that. It's the stupidity part is these idiots that I have very, very low tolerance for idiots. And I'm not talking if you're slow. I'm not talking if you sound slow or if you are slow or if you're slow to pick up stuff. I'm talking my definition of idiot are the type of people that put their fingers that pick up a lawnmower to trim the hedges, and then that's why there's signs on the lawnmower that says keep hands and feet away from under the lawnmower. You know, yeah. The type of idiots that have not only no respect, but they don't have any reason to trash a Miami police car or any other city, including the one that, I mean, okay, I understand there was a tragedy that happened in Minneapolis. I won't even get into that, but yeah, I think that guy's in the wrong. The investigation's out, evidence is leaning that way. But come on, people, protest is one thing and something that I support, peaceful protests. But this other stuff, it ruins everybody's day. Everybody. It's just idiots. So, and the reason I'm saying this is because my daughter's prom at 10 o'clock, all of a sudden we get an Amber Alert that they've initiated a curfew. So now two or three parents panicked and they picked up their kids. Luckily, the rest of them were able to stay until, midnight. You know, I'm not worried about curfew when we have a cop on the premises, and technically we're not supposed to leave. So it was 10:30. The curfew started at 10, and we were advised at 10:30. So officially, I was supposed to keep them all at my house. So whether they leave at 10 or 10 right away, or whether they leave it at midnight, or in the case of my daughter and her friends at 1:30 in the morning, they had a good time. They had a good time. Everything went very well. Have I seen? Let me see. Let me see. I think I'm going to. Have I seen what they did to the national monuments up here? I have no idea. No, I haven't. I got to be honest with you. I pop into the news every now and then. It's like some time ago, my daughter said, "This cop killed somebody," and my first instinct is, most of them are pretty good, so let me see if it's the media exaggerating or if it's a real thing. And I wasn't aware this it happened, like she told me on a Friday and it happened on a Monday or something like that. And so I don't pay attention to news. I figure if it's real bad news, like a hurricane, it'll get to me. If it's real bad news, it got to me through my daughter. So I went over and I got on and I looked and I researched everything. and made my decision. And I talked to her about it because my other daughter, because she was, why? And I'm of the firm belief for some time now that while I love, while the internet has been a fantastic tool and globalization and everything has been fantastic for certain things, it's a double edged sword when it comes to uh, information exchange. And the media has just, they've gone from reporting news to creating news. And, a neighbor asked me, they go, these kids today, the graduation, what a darn shame. What would, but at least they have their internet, that they, and I agree with that. While at least they have their internet, they can communicate with everybody, with all their friends. What if this would have happened to us? He's about my age. He said, what if this would have happened to us when we were younger? And I said, never would have happened. Never would have happened. The reason this is happening is because the media has spread the news so fast and created such a S storm that that the situation is worse than it really is. Tragedy, yeah. People dying, yeah. H1N1, far worse. Chickenpox, shingles. I mean, yeah, you can't compare one to another, but you could to H1N1. You can compare it to a lot of things. Why isn't that? Why didn't that shut down our country? Well, because they didn't have a chance to spread the news, to spread the word. If going back to that question, it never would have happened. Why? Because information would not have been disseminated fast enough for people to panic. The reason there is no toilet paper in the stores is because the media is saying there's no toilet paper in the stores. So now the same people, rather than wait a couple days and buy their share of toilet paper, which is what they would have done, will now be forced to hoard toilet paper as well, because it's either them, because if they don't do it fast enough, because everybody else will be doing. Yeah, rational opinions, they're crazy. Yeah, it's an upsetting time is what it is, and I'm so happy to be back up here in Lake County. I know Dave feels this way, and I don't care who criticizes me for it and stuff. Look, I believe in social distancing. I believe in washing my hands. I don't believe in frickin' wearing a mask to the degree that these people, enforce it. I will choose to wear my mask, whether I want to wear it or not. I don't want to be forced to wear my mask. Miami-Dade, they have an ordinance that everybody wears their mask. Well, I understand that it's a big city, but nobody's going to. But the ordinance is not really doing anything, because since it is a big, the problem is that it's a big city. Since it is a big city, there are a lot of idiots. Again, I use the word in there. There's idiots everywhere. Don't get me wrong. But when you go to a place like a rural area, and let's say there's one idiot out of 10, the rural area has 100 people, there's only 10 idiots. Go to a city, and I'm talking a small town. You go to a city of 2.8 million, You've got 280,000 idiots. That's a powerful voice. And unfortunately, it's a powerful voice saying the wrong things. So what happens? These 280,000 idiots will wear their mask. Will say, oh, gotta wear a mask, gotta wear a mask. Okay, that's great. That's wonderful. I agree with you. You gotta wear a mask. That's fine. There's no masks available, so they're wearing the same old paper mask for 2 months solid. That thing must have every single germ on the face of the earth on it. I wouldn't be surprised if it has mold and it's toxic. Anyway, good night, Ryan. Have a wonderful evening. I'll probably stay on for another 10 minutes here chatting about stuff. But yeah, it's an interesting situation, you know. So what I was saying is, like Dave and like some others, I am so glad I'm in a town now that I don't have to wear my mask when I'm out in public. I went to Harbor Freight today, and I looked around. I saw two people entering the store with masks, and I go, "Oh, I better put on my mask. Everybody's wearing it here." Then I saw two people entering without a mask, and I go, "Sweet!" Put the mask in my pocket, walked right in. 6 feet. Everybody's real cautious. They're all, they're all worried about getting a super cold, I don't know. Sometimes I wonder. And don't get me started on, well, I'll get myself started, but the fact that, okay, this is straight from a police officer / nurse's mouth, okay? So, and I won't say who I spoke to, but she's a nurse at a hospital. And I'm not going to get her in trouble, so I'm not going to say who, but she told me straight out that in their hospital, they have a practice of saying this is COVID related when it's a death. Person gets dies of old age or malpractice or whatever, it's COVID. Because the hospital receives more funds the more deaths they have related to COVID. It's that simple. So guess what? You got a scratch? Oh, COVID related. My wife's cousin went to the hospital for, I forgot what it was for. It was, I don't remember what it was for, but it was not COVID related. She was tested. She did not have COVID. Guess what? They put COVID. They told her she didn't have COVID, but she is a COVID case. So is it blown out of proportion by the media? Yes. By the hospital system? Yes. By the government? Yes. Who was it that said an individual is intelligent, a group of individual is stupid or an idiot? I don't know if it was Brent Franklin or one of the philosophers or one of the old English people. But if anybody knows the answer to that, just let me know. Let's see, is a person is people are stupid. A person is intelligent. I don't know. A person's intelligent. People are stupid. Something like that. But yeah, it's. I would much rather be in the company of a bunch of intelligent people, like I am when I'm on YouTube, or in the chat room, or in when I'm in a hangout with friends of my own intellect, or we're in a small town where you know there's far less stupid people. Percentage is there. Percentage is always there. That's anyway. Enough rambling. I will bid you all a wonderful evening. So you guys have a great night. And I didn't do this through StreamYard. I did it straight through YouTube. But Dave, if you're out there and up for a chat, let me know. I'll meet you in the yard. And anyway, everyone else, you guys have a wonderful evening. Stay tuned. Wednesday, I'll have a stack of hobby boxes here that I'll be hopefully finishing a bunch of them. Because tomorrow is my trailer organization / container organization day. I'll be doing that for the next couple days. Yep. Thank you, William. Appreciate it. Have a wonderful evening, everyone. And good night.